Look, I think there's possibly be a little bit of volatility over the next, couple of weeks, maybe a month. But I'm fairly sure, and I think the world is realising that there will be a solution found. Could take a little bit longer, and it could be extended. But I'm sure that there's going to be support for an increase, and there's no doubt that the consequences going the other side, if they weren't to do it, would be mayhem for the markets. So it's taking a little bit longer. This is Obama's second term, and we're fairly sure that there will be a resolution or a resolve to this in the short to medium term. Well, the factory goods, or the numbers there were, it's a softening. It's had, phenomenal growth over really the last 10 to 15 years, that whole subcontinent. And it's just going through a readjustment phase. Certainly inflation took off and it's had to be contained, higher interest rates and so on. The currency, as you said, hit an all-time low against the US dollar. So I think over say the next 2 to 5 years, India will come back out. It needs global demand. It's a changing from an export-driven to certainly a domestic economy. You've got a burgeoning middle class, literally hundreds of millions of people coming up the curve. So I'm not too worried about India. I think that it's, long-term projections are wonderful. You've got a very young population base compared to China, with a one-child policy. India is, huge numbers under 20, 25 years of age. So overall, I'm pretty sure and fairly confident in the longer term that India will do okay. It's all coming down to where's the US dollar, what's going on as far as debt ceiling, but more importantly, you've got those emerging markets, the Brazils, the China, the India, the Russia. They've had fairly volatile times, stock market wise, and of course economically. And I think that those economies are starting to probably tail back a little bit. And that's been very evident over the last, 9 to 12 months. And I'm sure that you're going to see, a resurgence for those economies come probably, mid 14 to 15. But they've got huge population bases. I think Europe will turn around a little bit in the next, 3 to 6 to 9 months. You'll see hopefully a stronger European economy, and then global demand will increase. So energy prices where they currently are, good for a lot of those major economies, and I think that overall we're going to see hopefully a stronger, not only emerging markets but the mature markets coming back to play and be a little bit more stronger, not only economically but also employment number wise in the 12 to 18 months time. Well, I think that there's been enough talk out there and enough noise in the market that they're going to see, a delay tactic, or it's going to be pushed back. As far as the Asian economies and the Asian market, it's just a wait and see game. And I don't think that everyone's conscious that it needs to be done, but the reality is it's taking longer than one would have expected, and I don't think it's going to have a major impact to the Asian economies in the short term. And it's just a wait and see process until we see that rubber stamp and all signed off, and then it's onward and upward.